Happy really not new comic book day, everybody. Been waiting to drop this video, and I hope it's gonna be fun. It should be fun. So this is the Are You a Comic Book Nerd challenge video, and I like these tag videos because they remind me of the old tag videos that a lot more were going around way back in my earlier days of YouTubing. So I was happy to see this one, and when I saw this one, I was thinking, I gotta jump on board. I gotta do this one. This is gonna be fun. Gotta do it for the people. Gotta do it for the comic book community. So let's do it first. I want to give a shout out to Asian Fun Comics, The Comic Collector, and 64-Page Special, because those are the first few that I watched. I did watch more, but those are the first few that I came across. I think Asian Fun Comics was the first one, and then his kind of led me to other ones. And then so I was like, all right, I gotta do this one. They were fun videos, like watching them, getting a little knowledge of those people, as well as just some of their comic collecting, whatever, and just get a little more about them. So I want to do this. So let's jump right into it. I got use my trusty notebook or ink pad app to list all the questions. So we'll jump right into it. First, question number one. Have you ever nitpicked a book over condition? Absolutely. I imagine most comic book collectors out there have over the years. I even just talked about, because someone had left a comment on one of my recent eBay haul videos asking about buying books in fine condition, and I definitely will. My thing is with condition is it depends on how, like, the grade is one thing, and how you graded the number as well as the actual specifics. But my main focus is the specifics and how the book looks in particular. I'm okay with the book with spine ticks, but it depends on how big they are and where they are on the spine. Like sometimes if they're on the lower corner, like towards the corner of the book, then either corner of the book, I'm okay with it because it's not as visible. So sometimes I'm more willing to let those go, especially if it involves getting the book at a cheaper price. So it all depends. And I've definitely left some books like, all right, you know what? No, I wouldn't even bother doing that. I'll just wait. And there's been a couple books I've left either at conventions or on eBay, just said, you know, screw it, I just pass. Not even worth dealing with that because I'm going to want to upgrade it. So it's not even worth even just taking that step now. So yes. Number two, have you ever sniped someone off eBay? Spotted. Yes, I do a ton of sniping. I have over the years, way back, actually pretty much in my whole eBay entirety. Comic books, action figures, when I used to do a lot more like vintage G.I. Joe figures, sniping all the time. Comic books, sniping constantly. Like this last month or so, all these Bronze Age books, I've sniped a bunch of those. Most of those were sniping. I was like, I don't even bother bidding. I don't bother bidding until the auction's about to end. There's absolutely no point. And I see auctions now. There's some I've been looking at. I was watching this one. I had no chance of bidding because I was not even going to bother with it. But it was Amazing Spider-Man 238, first appearance of Hobgoblin. It must have been high grade condition, like stupid high grade. It had tattoos, everything, and it was like five days away from it. It was 4 to 6 days away still, and that thing was already in close to $200. It's like, why? Like, why even bother? Like, you clearly, it's just gonna be just raising the price up for absolutely no reason. And I imagine people could have got it cheaper if they just waited. So like, it's just weird. It's just, I don't know, it's stupid. So I would never do that. I'm constantly sniping. Okay, so number three, have you ever paid over $100 for a book or went over your budget? $100, no, but I will give this question a yes, because I guess I will say, and I kind of debated this when I was just going through the questions before. I kind of debated what constitutes going over budget, but I will say I've spent more than I have anticipated, either online and at conventions as well. Like, oh, you know what? Especially you kind of finding last minute deals like that you didn't expect to. So I'll say yes. Even the budget is kind of loose because I'm usually pretty good on, like, not like just going crazy just buying stuff. So either online or in person. So I'll just say yes, just because sometimes you just find some unexpected deals and you just gotta snag them. So I guess I'll go with that. Number four, have you ever complained about spec or flipping? Complained, I guess yes, because I have some different thoughts about specking and flipping stuff. Not so much the flipping, but the specking stuff is kind of weird because it's actually, this part is funny. Like speculation in comics, because all it is, big picture, all it is a small sect of collectors buying and selling the same books to each other over and over again. So whenever, oh, there's a movie coming out, well, group of sellers and sellers and buyers constantly just buying and just basically just rotating books and money to each other in this big circle jerk. It's, I mean, I shouldn't say that because that's kind of, it comes out kind of mean, but that's basically what it is. Just people just buying and selling the same books and just just rotating money and books to each other over and over again. So, but I never really complain about it, but I do complain because what it does to shops. You can just use Batman 89 as an example. That was Batman number 89 from the current run. This was just absolute madness, and it involved, or it resulted in a lot of people who actually just wanted to check out the book, not being able to get the book, shops raising the price on this book for this so-called first appearance, which I guess was only £1 or so. I haven't even read it yet. I have my copy from mycomicshop.com, which I had pre-ordered, so I got a variant for cheaper than the cover price for the normal book. So it wasn't bothered me, so that's why I think it kind of gives me a unique stance on this. But it just kind of, it's just the weird stuff that it does, and people are online like paying, or people are selling, we're selling this book for who knows whatever, 30, 40 bucks, and some people are buying it. Why? It's just nonsense. So I don't know. Like the specking stuff can get out of hand, and it's just what it does to collectors and industry. It's just madness, and then publishers don't exactly help. They kind of feed into it, and it just makes it all worse for everybody. And retailers have to, I don't know, it's just a mess. So I guess you could say yes, because it's just kind of madness. So that was, oh my god, I lost my place. Have you ever, that was number 4. So question number 5, have you ever received a comic as a gift? And yes, I have. In fact, I actually have several here that I did not show off. I got a stack of books for my birthday earlier this year from my aunt. I never actually got to show them off or talk about them, but got Battle of the Planets there from Whitman. Got Brave and the Bold. These are some older books. They're kind of beat up, but it was still a nice gift. I appreciate it. Some Amazing Spider-Man, 205, 206, 207, Super Friends. Got this DC Comics Presents Superman, Shazam. I don't know if that's in the shot there. Oh my gosh, almost failed. Saved it. And just a couple other issues there. And yeah, so that was a nice little birthday gift. Again, I haven't had a chance to even talk about those books. I was going to make a video separately on it. And then these ones you can kind of say are gifts. So I took someone to a comic shop last year. She'd never been to a shop before. And we went to, one was having a sale, big sale. So I bought a bunch of books then. And other shop I just went to just to grab some other stuff. And while I was digging through boxes, she was buying some, she was sneakily, stealthily buying some books for me. So she got me these. So you got, what's this? So Superior Spider-Man #1, Amazing Spider-Man 400, the Death of Aunt May, quote unquote. Spectacular Spider-Man 189, the Mini Deaths of Aunt May. That sounds like a memoir. The Mini Deaths of Aunt May. Somebody's right there, that'd be fun. Probably not, but. Web of Spider-Man #90, so there's that. And I was thinking about Aunt May and all the time she's needed medicine. Oh my gosh, I need medicine. Somebody take a shot every time Aunt May needed medicine. You'd be on the floor. So yeah, I have. And also, I have given comics as gifts. And some months ago, I don't know, I talked about it. I made a video, I think just about it. And I'll post a picture if I still have it somewhere. But one of my students, I found out, actually like comics and superheroes. So I went out and I got her a nice little stack of reading material for her. So it was like Fantastic Four, X-Men, I think it's Spider-Man because that's her favorite hero. I got her Fantastic Four because that was the book that we were reading together. And X-Men because X-Men favorites. So I got to give her some X-Men. And I got her a cool bookmark. I forget, there was another book in there. I don't remember what the hell it was though. But so yes to both of those. And oh yeah, so that was number 5. Number 6. As an adult, have you ever decorated your home in comic paraphernalia? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think I ever have. I don't think so. Yes. Number 7. Have you ever skipped work to read by comics? No. I mean, I would. I wish I could if I had a job where I could get paid to read and buy comics, that would be fantastic. That would be the best, one of the best things in the world. I would love that. That would be a great job. But no, I don't. I mean, they can wait, so that's okay. I'm fine with, like, I've gone after work to go pick up comics and do all type of stuff, so whatever. So no, I wouldn't skip work. I'd skip work to do a lot of other stuff, but not to go read or buy comics. Number 8, have you ever paid to go to a con? So finally I can address these because they've been sitting on my neck and making me hot. So these are a bunch of the liners that I've had from conventions over the years. And I figured, oh, that's cool. Nice. This would be a good question for another visual aid. So, so I pulled off all, I'm going to move these anyway because I wanted to take them down from where they were and move them somewhere else. So we got a bunch of liners here. Oh my gosh. From different conventions over the years. This one featuring Rick from the Walking Dead TV show. This is from New York Comic Con 20... I don't know, it doesn't have the year on there, does it? Oh, this is 2013. And we got, what is this? That's C2E2. Another C2E2. C2E2 press badges. Emerald City, which is the kind I wanted to go back to. Another C2E2. Was this the one from this year? Yeah, that was Black Cobra. That was the one from this year. What is this? That's C2E2 again. I think this might be the first one. 2010, yep. Let's see, what else was in here? I had some Wizard World ones in here. San Diego Comic Con. And actually, no, these are just all the cool ones, all the good ones. So a lot of C2E2 stuff in there. And a lot of the old Wizard World ones, they used what's the word I'm looking for? Wristbands. So, and those just were kind of trash. So I got rid of those, and I'm not wearing those anymore. Those are making my neck hot. But I just wanted to show those off because I just thought that was cool, and I keep all those. So, number 8. Okay, number 9. Have you ever paid to get an autograph, photo, or sketch? I will say yes, with the caveat that most of these wasn't really paying for them. It was creators signing books, and they will take donations, so they're not really charging. But I'm okay to like donate to like Comic Book Legal Defense Fund, and there's another one too. I forgot what it was, but that's one of the main ones that people usually go to. So I'm okay with that. You know, some people are like, oh, we don't charge, but hey, we'll take donations for that. Also, actually, you know what? Some have, so I will say yes, because it wasn't really a donation, but it was like, oh, charge $1, $2, whatever, and then that will get donated to a charity. So I will say yes to that, actually. So yes, I have paid for autograph. Autograph. Not photos or sketches. And only person, I think, as far as creators, comic book creators, the person that I've known to ever charge for a photo was Stan Lee. I think he's the only one that was living and made it to that stature. As far as the wider like pop culture community, whatever. So Stan Lee, and I never done paid for a sketch yet. I don't know. I've thought about it, but I don't know. I'm still kind of on the fence about that. And then number 10, have you ever bought multiple copies of a book? Multiple copies of a book. Absolutely. You've seen that, and I'll show it here. Superhero 27 variant. Uncanny X-Men 304, which is my favorite book. I just posted that on Instagram, so you can see that. I'll overlay the pictures here because those are just fantastic books and fantastic covers. So yes. Number 11, have you ever bought multiple covers of a book? Absolutely. You can kind of see them here. I have X-Men 1, the variants by Jim Lee, Scott Williams, all signed by Jim Lee, up here framed. So I got those 4 covers there. I have tons of variants. So absolutely resounding hell yes. I'm not a variant hater, as long as my only issue with variants is what does it mean for the print run? Are you printing more copies of every book to accommodate for these, or are you just dropping the print numbers on each copy just to kind of even it out kind of thing? But absolutely yes, I love variant covers. They're cool. They don't I don't see that big of harm in them. Where are we at? So that was number 11. Number 12, have you ever complained because you need to have you ever complained you need to downsize your collection, need space? I imagine that's one of the main reasons people will complain about the collection, because they need space. Not me. I don't know. I don't think so. I'm gonna say no to that one, but I might come back to that one because I've had to move stuff around, but it's never really been a problem. So I would say, actually, yeah, I'm just gonna say no. Give you a good note of that one. I've never complained about downsizing for the lack of space. Number 13, have you ever sent a book in for grading? No, I don't. Honestly, I don't even know if I ever will. Yeah, the grading, I don't know. I've thought about it, but the only reason I would ever send a book in for grading is to pull like the best copy off of a rack or something and kind of look at it just to kind of see and grade it myself, or like an older book and grade it myself, and like just to get it back. And as far as pulling a newer book off, just to see how high of grade it can get. As far as older book, just to check it to see if what I graded as would be the same as what they would grade it as, and just kind of see how close those would be. But that would be kind of the only reason. Other than that, I don't really care too much for slapping books. And so, number 14, have you ever sent a book in for cleaning, pressing? No, not gonna do that either. 15, have you ever, I think this one was kind of worded kind of weird, so I'm just gonna kind of change it to, it's supposed to be about having store or convention. Have you ever chased a store or convention exclusive? So I would say yes, I do have several convention exclusives, as well as I do have a couple store exclusives. But I pulled this one out with a little bit of effort, because this one I think this was my very first convention exclusive comic book that I got from my first or second convention. I want to say it's first. I don't remember what year it was. I had to actually pull it out to see. But back in 2005, 2004, 2005, 2006 was when I think it was 2005. Started going to conventions. Wizard World Chicago in Rosemont, Illinois, and this was actually, they were giving, like, these were free, so you didn't even have to pay for these ones specifically. But this is Ultimate Spider-Man number 79. This is still black and white kind of sketch cover, Mark Bagley, and yeah, so this was the first convention exclusive comic that I have. I do have, I want to say, I'm trying to think of how many other ones I have, but this is just the main one because it was the first one, so I still remember it. And I can't remember the rest of them, but I'm pretty sure I do have them, and I definitely have some other store exclusives. So yes, to that one. And where are we at? Oh my god, lost my place. 15. All right, 16. Have you ever traded comics? And surprisingly, no. And I was thinking, like, have I even had the opportunity to trade comics? I used to trade sports cards and comic book cards, but I've never traded comics. I've actually never even, honestly, until like I was looking or started seeing this tag video, I don't think I even had the thought of trading comics. But I would be up for it if like a good deal came along with somebody I knew. But honestly, I just never even had the thought, honestly, until now. Number 17, have you ever stood in line, waited to get tickets to go to a comic-related movie premiere? This one is kind of, I don't know, it's a full question. Like, there's a lot in here. So I'm going to say no, because I've never waited to get tickets. I usually like to go, for a comic book movie, yeah. I usually go I prefer to go on like Tuesday afternoons or something like that, when I know they're going to be dead, or like a Sunday morning when there aren't going to be as many people in there, because I'm not going to wait. I don't like going to movies on Friday nights and Saturday nights, because that's when tickets are more expensive and the theater is going to be more crowded. I like it fewer people. I don't like to have anybody like sitting near me unless they're with me. So I'll wait, and then yeah. So yeah, there was, what was it? Stood in line. I mean, stood in line, I don't know. So I don't know, it's hard. I don't know what you would call that one. So I mean, yes, I've gone to see plenty of comic movies, but as far as like waiting to get tickets, no. And I definitely don't like pre-order tickets to movie premieres, like for movies that are like months away. I think that's weird. But so yeah, I'm just gonna say no to that one. Number 18, have you ever gotten into a fight, physical altercation over comics? No. I can't imagine I've ever even seen that, but I can imagine it probably happened, because some people, the entitlement in the nerd community is strong. So I can imagine there are plenty of people getting in fights over nerdy stuff. Number 19, have you ever trolled online, gotten into a post war over comics? No. I was trying to think about this one for a while. I was like just imagine like just clowning around with people online. But I imagine this one takes it to like a more serious tone. So no, I would say no to that one. And I keep losing my place. To the line. Number 20. Have you ever dressed up as an adult as a comic character? Yes, I have cosplayed. Some years ago, I will show the pictures here. I have cosplayed as my man Carnage and my man's Carnage and Luke Cage at a few different conventions over like a course of like, I don't know, 2-3 years at C2E2, and I think I did one at New York Comic Con as well. Can't remember, but definitely at C2E2 a couple years, and we had a couple cosplay groups. Me and my buddy, he did Iron Fist. So we had Luke Cage and Iron Fist walking around the convention show together. Got a bunch of pictures there. We're into other like cosplay groups and other cosplayers and taking just tons of pictures. One of our other buddies was Ghost Rider. So we were just walking around, and it was just cool. But it was funny just because you take like 3 seconds. Oh, you can stop for another picture. Stop over here. Oh, hey, can we get a picture? Other cosplayers, and it was just cool. So tons of fun, tons of memories there, and just lots of fun. So yes, and I would definitely like to do it again. Number 21. Have you ever lied about collecting comics? I have, actually. I think I did in like high school, like that whole peer pressure thing. I'm afraid to admit that. So yes. Number 22. Have you ever flipped spec on a book? Now this one is weird because I'm trying to think of how strict you want to be with the definition of flipping. If it's like just grabbing something to turn around quick, then no. But I've sold tons of books over the years, Instagram and eBay. So if it's just about selling stuff, yes, I have. But it's like, as far as I usually go like the specking stuff, no, because I don't really get into that stuff. If it's not something that I'm trying to think if there's anything I bought that I was like, all right, maybe this one. I feel like yes, almost, but just really low key stuff, nothing too crazy. But I was trying to think like other stuff that I bought and sold. Like I had 2 copies of G.I. Joe America's Elite number 25 or was 35. It was whenever had this big spread cover which had every G.I. Joe character from the G.I. Joe roster on it on the cover, and I had bought 2 copies because I found one like cover price, and I found one for $1 at the same convention. So I snagged both of them. Ended up selling one of them for like 36 bucks or something like that way back. I was like, oh hell yeah. So, but that wasn't like specking anything. It was just, oh, I had 2 copies, so I'm just gonna sell one, and it just turned out to be at a massive profit. So that, but it's hard to say. I don't know. So as far as flipping, I don't think I usually don't get into that. Just, I don't know, just like sitting on extra comics for no reason like that. Moving on to number 23. Have you ever bought a figure, statue, etc. of a comic book character? I would like to say, oh, I got it. Really, guys, that's what we're gonna do. Get out of here. These rude people. Yes, I have. Tons of toy hauls. Been a toy collector, absolutely love it. And I haven't done one in a while, but I have acquired some new toys recently, so there will be a toy haul coming up. I don't know when. I'm waiting to catch a couple other things and then do another one. But yes, absolutely love my toy collection. All types of collectibles, no statues, but all mostly action figures and pop stuff like Marvel Legends. But yeah, just have a massive toy collection. So absolutely yes. Number 24. Have you ever cried, been angry over reading a comic book? Ooh, I never cried. There are some emotional moments that I can recall instantly, but nothing like crying or ragey. I don't know if rage though, angry. I would say no. Because I feel like if there was, then it would be a little more memorable. Like it would come to mind more instantly. But I've been unhappy about stuff. Like I say, emotional moment, like when Colossus died in Uncanny X-Men 390, sacrificed himself in like Uncanny X-Men 390 or 390, when he took the legacy virus he had to take it because the cure needed to sacrifice. Someone had to take the actual virus for the cure to be released. So cruel. It's a cruel plan, but it worked. But Jaden came back, so it didn't matter. And something I've been unhappy about was the ending of Y: The Last Man, because Agent 355 died at the end, which I didn't like. So, but I wasn't angry over it. I just didn't like it. It just seems, it was bad to me. So no, I'm gonna say no to that one. And number 25, do you have a comic related tattoo? I do. I have, and surprise to no one, I have the X-Men logo right here actually on my right breast, and it basically is just like the flag. Actually, the flags are pretty much the same thing. Just a circle logo right here, and just the X, nothing extending out, just like the perfect circle with the X in it, and just solid color. So yeah, I got this. This is my only tattoo actually, but I wanted my first one to be something that meant a lot, and since the X-Men have always meant so much to me, I wanted that to be my first tattoo. So I am an X-Man now and forever. So yes, I have an X-Men tattoo. So that is the 25 questions for Are You a Comic Book Nerd challenge tag video. Overall, I think I just had to go back through because I wasn't even sure. Just look at the questions again. I'm at about 15 or 16. Some of them I still haven't even fully answered because I'm like, oh wait, where do I fall on this line, like on this spectrum here? But yeah, roughly 15, 16, and without absolute doubt, obviously I'm a big comic book nerd, big comic guy. I love it. I love comics, and obviously, so all of this is, you all know. But reading, collecting, just like going through comics. Sometimes I remember when I was younger and I didn't have that many comics, but just had a nice little stack of comics. I would just like go, I wouldn't even read some. Sometimes I would just go sit through and I would just flip through books like constantly. So that's why some of my old X-Men books are beat this shit, because I was constantly rereading them, the few that I had. But then I was also just going through them sometimes, just flipping through them, because I just like going through comics. And like when I'm at conventions, like just digging through comics and just seeing all that stuff, and shop, same thing. Just flipping through comics, especially dollar bins, just grabbing a whole bunch of random stuff. Like having comic book stuff up in my room, like posters, framed comics. I need to put some more framed comics up that I have. So I have a bunch of frames that I haven't used, and I have other pieces of artwork that I've like gotten as gifts, and other posters, and like action figures and collectibles, all up. So like imagine like this stuff. This is just the video games because this is where my video games are. But I have another shelf that I need to put up for that stuff. But like the comic stuff is even more. And I have over here, you can't see, is my bookshelf, which has all my trades, graphic novels, collected editions, all that stuff. And I do have a couple comic book related figurines over here. I got Thor's hammer over here, whole comic Halloween prop, and just a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, this shelf hasn't actually been shown. Like my early YouTube days, I would record videos sitting in front of this, but then I moved, so everything got shifted around. So yeah, that is that. Hope you enjoyed this little video. I enjoyed doing it. It's fun. It was fun watching other people's videos, because just kind of, especially for people that I don't really know, I've never seen any of their content, so it's get a little insight into them as a person and as a comic book reader and collector. So yeah, check it out. I will put links to those other YouTube creators channels in the description, as well as I will list all the questions in the descriptions just for ease and convenience for anyone else who wants to do this. So if you're especially if you're a young comic YouTuber, I recommend definitely doing it. It'll be fun. It should be fun. I enjoyed it. So it was just kind of fun, especially thinking about all the stuff that I hadn't thought about in years or some time anyway. But yeah, so that's that. Let me know what you think, and happy reading, happy hunting, happy hiking. This is Junior Dragon saying enjoy comics, and thanks for watching, and peace out.